Hello, franchise friends. A very warm welcome to Franchising Brand Stories. I'm your host, Simon Wise, and on this episode, we're going to continue our journey with the Back Nine. Um, if you remember, the Back Nine is an indoor golf simulator franchise that's arrived in the UK on the back of tremendous success in the USA. I believe the second fastest growing franchise of all time, with over 550 locations secured. We're not quite there yet in the UK, but obviously what we want to do really is find out a lot more about it. There's exciting times ahead, and many people in the UK are already showing interest in this very unique and fantastic indoor golf simulator experience. And so we've met, if you remember, going back, we've met Damien Bilbao, who was a CEO and runs his Back Nine as a side hustle, to the extent that he's got 5 units now and the 24/7 access, and gives him the flexibility to run that business alongside his day job. We met the lovely Bailey from Lubbock, a self-confessed non-golfer, a female entrepreneur who's joined the Back Nine and is really loves it, and shared her perspective from a non-golfer's point of view. And I am delighted to welcome Riley Bunker, who is part of the golfing fraternity, who's also a Back Nine franchisee as well. And Riley, thank you very much for joining us today. Where do we find you from at the moment? I know it's early in the morning there.
Yeah, Simon, thanks for having me. I'm here in northern Utah in the United States, here in Saratoga Springs, Utah. So I'm a franchise owner of 2 locations, American Fork, Utah, which is about 10 miles from here. And I'm over here in my Saratoga Springs, Utah location that opened up a few months ago.
Fantastic. And so you've got 2 locations there, 2 locations all in at the moment.
Yeah, funny thing. So my buddy Will, he's the founder and CEO of the Back Nine, Will Bangeter. He reached out to me, about 4 years ago and said, "Hey, I opened up an indoor simulator down here in southern Utah in St. George." And he said, it's been doing pretty well, this indoor golf simulator. I'm just running it on the side. I know you're a big golf guru up north. Let's open one up there. And
Fantastic.
I partnered with him and we opened our American Fork location. It was actually the 3rd ever Back Nine location. Now, as Simon said, we've got over 500 locations and counting. It's growing fast. But yeah, I've been in this since day one.
Brilliant.
American Fork was, like I said, the 3rd location, and ran that on the side for a few years, and then only a few months ago opened up another location. So
brilliant. That's fantastic. And just quickly, where are you speaking? It looks like you're in the boot room there. What part of the business is this?
Yeah, so in this particular Back Nine location, we do a lot of club fittings. I'm a golf professional, and so
Okay.
I do a lot of golf lessons, club fittings. We have a club repair shop. So if you can probably see all my grips back there, but we do a lot of re-gripping, reshafting, anything you need to do to a golf club to customize it to how you would like. We can do it right here in our shop.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. So that's another add-on, isn't it? I know some of the other centres and the guys in the UK that have just started, they're launching a fitness space in there as well for warm up, warm downs. I guess there's the beauty of the flexibility and lots of different spin-offs and add-ons that you can get involved in as well. But it makes absolute sense from your perspective, as a golf coach.
Kind of just a one-stop shop, most definitely.
That's awesome. Well, listen, let's go through that journey together now. I mean, I'm really keen, and I've putting some prompts on the screen for myself more than anything else. So tell me a bit about the background. I mean, tell us a bit about your career in golf and the moment you started to think about Back Nine. I know Will approached you, but I mean, tell us a bit about your journey in golf as a golf professional and somebody who's obviously quite passionate about the game.
Yeah, so I mean, to start off, I want to first touch on what you talked about with Damien. We have franchise owners that weren't even in the industry. He's a CEO, multi-franchise owner, and also people who aren't really in the golf industry, but that are great entrepreneurs, great businessmen, businesswomen, and can really make this work. And so anyone can make this work. But for me particularly, I've been in the golf industry my whole life. I live and breathe golf. I started as a little cart kid when I was 15 years old at my local golf course. And I loved it so much. I stayed with it, worked into the pro shop, became one of the pro shop managers. And then I played high school golf and college golf and ended up turning professional. And I'm going through the Utah section PGA program. And yeah, I was the assistant golf professional at my local golf course here, Fox Hollow Golf Club in American Fork, Utah. And I started teaching lessons over 10 years ago. I was over tournaments and events, HR. I've seen all aspects of the golf industry. And like I mentioned with Will Bangeter, he knew I was a big golf guru up here in northern Utah and reached out to me and said, "Hey, you can keep working at that golf course, but you want to open up an indoor simulator with me and kind of do this on the side?" And, I was like, "For sure, let's do it." And the first few years I was with the Back Nine as a franchise owner, I actually just ran that on the side for a few hours a day and maintained my full-time job at the golf course. And eventually now I actually work for Back Nine Corporate. I'm on the corporate team, director of partnerships there. But yeah, I'm also a franchise owner and teach golf lessons. One thing I really, really love about the golf industry right now is how much it's evolving and how easy it is these days to get access to your data. So being a golf guru, a golf instructor, a club fitter, you need access to this kind of data. So
Good. Are we going to talk about that? We're going to talk about that because that's the thing that really, again, just from talking with Damien and Bailey and yourself, the full swing technology, the technology that drives this business, is something quite different and unique, and really sets the Back Nine apart from other golf simulators, for example. I mean, I played golf sims I'm not a serious golfer, but I played the golf sims on a stag do, I think it was, at one point, and you smack the ball at the screen and then you have a couple of sips of your beer and you actually then see the ball land. I know, having seen the full swing setup and gear, it's really tricky, but we'll talk about that. But I mean, the thing I want to get into is yes, you're a golf professional and you're making your living out of coaching, but you're also a franchise owner. So at some point in your life cycle, you've had to make a decision about the business itself, because it is an investment. Regardless of your connections, you're still a franchise owner, and you still had to make an investment. So, what was it about the Back Nine that convinced you that it was, the right thing to do, the right thing to invest in with your own money? Is there anything you can draw out from that?
Absolutely. This was a tough decision. And by the way, owning 2 franchise locations, my first location, yes, it was very tough. I was stepping away from a comfortable job. I was used to my regular paycheck every 2 weeks. Very careful and safe with my money. Not a lot of high risk at the job that I had. Very comfortable, right? This was a big leap of faith for me to jump into this and invest in this with my family and everything. And so, I think what really kind of pushed me over the edge is, number one, having ownership in something, looking more long-term, something that I can own and run for a long time and have some equity in. And so
that's great. I mean, and also you joined it very much at the early stage, which is where we're at here in the UK. So I guess there's an element of a bit of a leap of faith, but equally, you're a pioneering franchisee as well. So was there anything there that sort of gave you that reassurance, being one of the first ones?
Like I said, when I opened my first one, it was kind of tough because no one really knew what the Back Nine was. Right. Now that I've opened this one a few months ago in Saratoga Springs, it was easy. We have a big corporate team to help us out. We have partnerships with Full Swing Golf and Wave Fair Professional, and we have brand guidelines, and we have a whole back nine corporate team to help you elevate. And I know I'm in the United States, and it's well known, and a lot of people know what the back nine is now, but we are expanding into the UK and Canada and all over the world now. And people really are starting to know about us, and that alone has helped both of my locations grow. Know about it. And so it's not opening this location wasn't stepping into the unknown anymore. It's well tested. We have plenty of franchise locations, plenty of data to track now to prove that this model works. It really does work. At back nine, we don't have a lot of overhead. The majority of back nine locations don't have employees. This can really be self-run and self-operated. Our biggest expense really is usually our rent payments. But other than that, it's kind of subscription based, and members and corporates and golf lessons, and just generating that revenue with not a lot of expenses.
We'll talk about that a bit later on in terms of the other revenue streams. But in terms of challenges, I guess from a business point of view, I guess that membership recruitment side of it is massively important, getting your founder members on. How did you find that, and any advice that you give to people that are looking at starting a back nine franchise on the best way to approach that and really build that core membership?
So a lot of people are, where do I start? Who do I look for? What kind of people am I going to get in here? One thing I love about the back nine is, just like you mentioned earlier, Simon, you can just come in here and hang out in a golf simulator and bring some friends, watch some sports, hit some balls, and just have a good time. So the back nine is definitely for those people, but it's also for people that just want to work on their game as well and have access to their data and improve their golf game. The back nine is for that high school golfer that wants to elevate his game and make it to college. But it's also for the guy that just wants to go in there with his family on a Monday night and watch some sports and hit some balls and eat some pizza. And so
that's brilliant.
I targeted everyone. Even if you're not a golfer, like, there's a lot of business owners out there that use we have corporate memberships, for example, and there's a lot of corporate members that we have that aren't huge golfers, but they use our bays to just come in here once a week and have their weekly meetings and hit some balls and hang out. And it's just a good opportunity to get out of their office, out of their atmosphere, into somewhere else. And
I like that. I love that. It's a bit of an escape, isn't it? And get out the office and do some blue sky thinking while you're hitting some golf balls. I never thought of that, actually. I mean, obviously I knew back nine do corporate memberships and what have you, but I never thought of it as an adjunct to maybe the meeting or the networking. I mean, obviously, that's really fascinating.
We've done birthday parties in here. I've done corporate golf clinics, group clinics, junior camps, women's golf clinics. You can really use these facilities to get creative and just get people in here. So I know that was kind of a vague, broad answer, but we're not targeting one specific person. We're just targeting the golfer,
Good. But the drumbeat is all about golf. I mean, these are all people that love their golf, and they bring their families, and it's a passion. And one thing that I've learned, about the back nine and so far is golf can be an obsession and a passion, and that's good for business at the end of the day, because you're attracting like-minded people. Listen, that's awesome.
We are open 24/7, and I do see people in here in the middle of the night. So I know we do have some golf addicts for sure.
So you wake up in the middle of the night. I think Bailey was telling me that somebody came in and said, "Do you think I can get a bay at 4 o'clock in the morning?" And she said, "I'm sure you'll be fine at 4 o'clock in the morning." But listen, that's fantastic. I just want to move it on to another aspect. And while I do that, let me just ping up. I just want to recognize a couple of people that have joined us today and say thank you very much to Julie Waits. Hi, Julie. Hope you're well. And Johnny Joseph as well has joined us from the US. What I will say is, if you scan that QR code, you can get a bit of a replay on some of the other interviews that we've done, and learn more about a bit more about the back nine. But so use that, please, by all means. Let's talk about the full swing, because, as I said, when people are looking at this, and they probably don't. Golf simulators are not all the same, and I know from speaking to the guys at the back nine, the franchisees, that really is the difference to the business and what it can do. Why do you think that gives the back nine its competitive advantage? Because it clearly is, using the full swing technology. So from your point of view as a golf pro, and we'll talk more about what you as somebody who trains and teaches people and coaches people, but what is it about the full swing, that makes it so different?
Yeah, so Full Swing, they are a very strategic and trusted partner of ours. And we've been with other simulator companies, and we've tried and tested these out. And Back Nine is powered by Full Swing, and this is just the company and the partnership that we've decided to jump in with because of how accurate and consistent their technology is. And like I said, especially as a golf instructor, I fully believe that it's so important that every golfer, no matter what level you're on, it's important to know why your ball is doing what it's doing. It's important to have access to this kind of data.
Yeah.
I've taught golf for over 10 years. Most of it was outside. Not everyone can afford a $10,000 or $20,000 launch monitor that spits out these numbers that are very important.
Yeah.
For the junior golfer, the high school golfer, any type of golfer, you need to know your carry distances, your club path, your face angle at impact. These infrared cameras and these ion sensors are extremely accurate. And now that we have access to our data, every single golf shot can be tracked. And how do you improve if you don't know what to compare?
So does it allow you to analyze and improve a golfer's game in ways that you can't do on the course, on the outside course? Is it giving you additional ways to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been teaching for a long time. I've seen a lot of golf swings, from the side angle, the back angle. I've seen a lot of swings, and you can get an eye for it, kind of see if they're going over the top or leaving their club face open or whatever. But like I was saying, with Full Swing, exactly. There's no guessing. You hit a golf shot, if that club face was 3.4 degrees open or closed, or what it's doing. And so with golf, we need to be able to know what to change. Someone might be slicing the ball to the right and think that their club path is out to in, but maybe their club path is perfect, but their tempo's off, or their club face is open or inconsistent. And all we have to do is hit some shots and look at the averages and look at the data and make adjustments.
Yeah. And that's important, isn't it? Because, like, as you said, you welcome everybody into your back nine, and it could be the more accomplished golfer that needs to improve on their game. But again, for new golfers as well, giving them the confidence, because unless you've got somebody who can look critically at what you're doing, that could lead to a lot of, frustration, and maybe they'll think, what, I'm just going to walk out. I don't want to play golf anymore. So I guess that, and I guess you also trust the data, and you trust the way in which Full Swing analyzes the individual swing. And does that mean now that all of your tuition is now being bought in-house to or your coaching's been bought in-house to your back nine centers, or do you still go out on the golf course and
that's a great question, because there's plenty of people out there that think we're trying to move everyone to indoor golf. Indoor golf is supposed to help us outdoors. We're not taking away outdoor golf. We still want people to go out and play on the course and hit on the driving ranges. We just want to bring them in-house to help them improve their game so they can take it outside and shoot lower scores. And so the cool thing I love about this is, like I said, we're open 24/7. We're a premium indoor golf facility. Our motto, or our slogan, is where golf never sleeps. Truly, whether it's rain, snow, sunshine, wind, it doesn't matter. The sun goes down,
Yeah.
you can still have access to your game and go hit balls and work on your game. And
That's brilliant. So how do you manage that from your perspective as an owner? Then presumably you don't have to be in there all day. I mean, you
Oh
can.
no, yeah, as a franchise owner, especially as a golf coach as well, not just a franchise owner, but a club fitter and a club repair. And
Right.
I'm in here a little more than your typical franchisee because I'm
Okay.
doing those things. But yeah, if you're just running this indoor golf facility, the door stays locked. It's open 24/7 to members. Members have access codes to get in and out of the facility. Um, and what I tell all my franchisees is, and this is with anything in life, is you get out what you put into it.
Yeah.
And so if you do the bare minimum, you'll probably get the bare minimum. If you want to go the extra mile, you're going to reap those benefits. And so I like being around my members. I don't have to be in here all the time, but if I'm going to be on my computer working anyways, why not do it here? And when a member walks in, I can go shake his or her hand and welcome them to the facility. Hey, what can I do for you? And that helps with my member retention. And so
Brilliant.
I can come in here and just clean my facility once a day and make sure it's in tip-top shape and take off, or I can try to be around a little more.
Yeah. I think that lends itself to your profession. Obviously, you're always around coaching, training, and being part of the golf scenario, which is why I think it's a very attractive proposition for people that work in the golf sector, particularly other fellow PGAs. But I'm just conscious I'm of the time, and I know you're a very busy franchise owner. Look, we're talking here. I mean, it's more than just coaching. You're obviously a golf coach, and being a franchise owner lends itself to that as well. But beyond the lessons, can we just talk a bit about the wider commercial opportunities? So your revenue is derived from what? Memberships, events, corporate, and other revenue streams as well. So it's quite a wide mix of ways in which you as a business owner can drive your revenue, right?
Yeah. So the number one revenue driver will always be memberships. That is kind of our bread and butter. And that includes corporate memberships. So month to month, like single memberships for sure, but also corporate memberships. All of the club fitting and club sales and coaching, all of that is just icing on the cake. That's on the side, but you always want to focus on a strong membership base.
Yeah.
But as I said before, we have a wide range of members. We have members that just come in here by themselves and they really just want to improve their golf game. And then we have members that like to just come over with family and friends and hit balls and, watch some sports on TV. And then we have some of those corporate members who have their clients and customers and coworkers come in and use the membership as an incentive, like a sales incentive.
Yeah.
To come and use our facility. So
there's plenty of opportunities from a revenue perspective. You're not completely reliant on your golf coaching. You've got other ways in which you can generate revenue.
Other way around for sure. The membership base is the revenue driver.
Brilliant.
Coaching is on the side.
Yeah, got it. So let's talk a bit more about becoming a business owner, because transitioning to become a business owner is it can be a challenge for a lot of people. Were there any skills from your golfing career that are transferred really well into running a business? Can you think of anything that you do and you did as a golfing professional that has really helped you in business, in running this business, apart from the actual technical aspect of it?
No, absolutely. One thing I always remember that my old boss used to tell me all the time is, you never know who's going to be your next boss. And along with that, you don't want to burn bridges with anybody. And so everyone I run into, it was an opportunity for me to develop a relationship with them. And I don't know if that relationship is going to be way down the road. I don't know if who I run into today is going to be one of my members, or maybe one of my operators that I pay to run my facility down the road. I don't know. And so I never want to miss out on opportunities. At the golf course I worked at, we're right in the vicinity of all these cities. It's one of the busiest golf courses in the state of Utah for public courses. and I saw hundreds and hundreds of people every day. I was working there since I was 14 or 15 years old as a cart kid. If I just put my headphones on and walk past everyone and just do my thing, I'm missing out on opportunities. But ever since I was young, I would take those opportunities to say hi to everybody. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing? What can I do for you? Behind the desk, working in the pro shop, I wanted to get to know people.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it then, but I definitely do now.
Yeah.
A lot of my members are people that have known me and trusted me for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And so even if you haven't been in the golf industry, everyone has friends, family, coworkers. They have people that they communicate with and run into all day, every day, all the time. And those are who become your members.
Yeah.
And so don't burn bridges with anybody. Treat everyone the same, give everyone the same opportunities. And I think that's why my American Fork and Saratoga Springs stores are doing well. And I'm not worried about reaching out and getting members, is because I've just done that for years. It's just those small and simple things every day over a long time that have kind of added up into big things that really make a big difference.
Brilliant.
So put yourself out there, get to know people.
Yeah. So really, I mean, and that also tells you about the qualities that you need to be a successful franchisee as well, isn't it? With the back nine, you're going to be a good network, customer service, look after your members and they'll look after you.
Can I say one more thing on the line of that real quick, Simon? I actually have quite a few corporate memberships, and it's funny, but like 4 of our corporate memberships are construction companies and construction owners. And 2 of them are like really good family friends that I've known for a long time. And they want to support the business. But a few of these like construction companies, you wouldn't think they would really be into golf, and so why would they get a membership here? And some of these construction owners aren't into golf, but they have coworkers and they know people and they have subcontractors, and they got their membership so that they can let all of those people come in and play and practice. And so I could go on and on today of how many people I've met that are members or corporates and how much has come from that.
Yes. Yeah. That came across from both of the other people we've spoken to, members being guests, and those guests become members because they love the experience. Yeah. So look, let's not underestimate the challenges and you've got to be determined and disciplined to build up your membership base. And nobody's saying it's easy, but if you use those networks and the strengths of the networks you have already, then the process can be quite a smooth process, and one doesn't need to worry too much about that. Let me just ask you one thing. I mean, obviously, what about for your peers? Do you think? I mean, you're a great example of somebody who's pivoted into a business as a franchisee. Do you think this opportunity is right for other PGA professionals as well? Would you, when you're speaking to them, is it a light bulb moment for a lot of PGA professionals about back nine, indoor golf sims, coaching, yada, yada, yada?
Yeah. So there's 2 ways to look at it. One way is they can use our facilities to continue and to improve what they're doing already. But then there's becoming a franchise owner as well, like you're talking about. And so, most PGA professionals, especially teaching professionals, they're either paying a portion of their earnings to a golf course for letting them use their facility, or they're like paying for the facility in other ways. I talked to you earlier about ownership and equity, and something that you can build over a lifetime and have actually ownership in. And I think there's so many opportunities, especially for PGA professionals, because when they dive into something like this, like I said, they have access to their numbers.
Yeah.
I was really able to step up my teaching and improve my clientele, like I would say, quicker and more efficiently by having access to these numbers on a daily basis. And so I mean, if you look at the golf professionals on tour on TV, every single golf shot they hit is tracked. When
Yeah.
they're on TV, every ball is being tracked. When they're on the range, they've got their launch monitor. A lot of these PGA professionals have, like tour professionals too, have these simulators in their house, or they
Yeah.
have memberships. They have access to their data. And so if you want to become a better golfer, it's proved and tested. You need to have access to this data. For only a couple $100 a month to
Yeah.
have 24/7 access to your data is a pretty good deal. And so,
strong proposition, isn't it? Very strong. Yeah.
but yeah, I've had local PGA professionals reach out to me because they want to come teach in my facility. So we do some revenue share stuff. So even if they don't want to become a franchise owner, they can definitely tap into these facilities and partner with us.
Brilliant. Listen, I'm not going to keep you much longer because I promised you I wouldn't. But my last question is this, Riley. What is your advice to people that are looking at this? They may be a PGA professional, or they may just be somebody who loves golf, or it may be somebody who's looking for a really strong, investment opportunity with Back9. So what would your advice be to them? And equally, just tell us a bit about your exciting plans for the future in terms of your Back9 businesses.
Yeah, so I'm always looking for ways to improve and to grow my membership and to improve the member experience. And not only myself as a franchise owner, but this is what I really love about the Back9, the Back9 corporate team, is they are 100% on board. I've heard Will Bangerter, the founder and CEO, say it himself. He does not feel successful if every single one of his franchise locations is not successful. He feels joy and success in our success. And that corporate team is doing all they can every day to improve this experience. And so you really have a big team backing you. Being in this since the start, like I said, being the third location, and we didn't have a corporate team and all these brand partnerships and brand guidelines and everything and all this structure, we've come a long ways. And that's what I look forward to is, the growth that I've seen in the last few years. I've seen it the whole time, and we're just going up and up and up. We're always innovating. We're always getting better.
Yeah.
And to answer Julie's question here in the chat, she said 300 to 500. That's some kind of growth trajectory right there. What changes have you seen? And that's what I've seen is things like brand guidelines. If you walk into a Chick-fil-A or a McDonald's anywhere around the world, you get the same feel, the same vibe, the same taste in all of the locations. We are doing better and better each and every day at keeping that strong brand presence, not only throughout the country, but like you guys in UK, we're expanding around the world now. And we want everyone to have the same awesome Back9 experience in all of our locations. Yeah. We can't do that without partners like Full Swing Golf. Yeah. We don't want you to use different simulators in every Back9 you go to. So we use Full Swing simulators. We use Wayfair Professional and have high quality furniture that we use in our facilities. So
it's definitely a premium offering. And it's really important that you mention the team, because Back9 in the UK, it's also got those team of individuals. I mean, Back9 are franchising directly from the US into the UK. There's no middleman, if you like. So every UK franchisee, just like yourself as well, is going to benefit from that experience and passion and commitment to be successful. And I think that's really come across. Riley, listen, thank you so much indeed. I've just gone over by 3 minutes. I do apologize. But thank you very much indeed for sharing your success, and I wish you continued success. And thank you for sharing your story with us today. Please, if you'd like to find out a little bit more about the Back9 and some of the other, and we'll be posting this on our website as well. You can just use that QR code and to find out more. But for now, Riley, thank you very much indeed, my friend. I really appreciate your time, and here's to your continued success. All the best.
Thanks again for having me, and everyone on this call as well. Thanks for tuning in. I'd love to help any way I can. So if anyone does have questions, go to the back9golf.com and reach out to one of us. We'd love to answer any franchising questions you guys have. So,
Awesome.
thanks.
Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Take care. All the best.
See
Bye-bye.
you soon. Thanks, Simon.
Bye-bye. Bye.